Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of CTL. We're going to start it off with the one, the only. The GM is here. And especially after what happened last week, I will explain what is going on with that situation between the champion and our trespasser. And we are going to hear from Styles tonight. He's got a couple announcements to make. And of course, he's going to be addressing what took place at the main event promo, where our champion was attacked by someone who is not even a part of this roster. So it's a big deal. And Styles is here. And of course, our GM will be addressing the issues and what is to come the next couple weeks. So we're about to hear from him. Hello, everyone. It is Brandon Styles here, and I am the GM of CTL. And welcome to the episode. I'm going to start off with a big announcement before we talk about the closing of last week's episode. And the big announcement is tonight we are going to start King of the Ring. Here is your contestants for the tournament. I'm sorry if I left anyone out, but we only could have 8 people. So these will be our 8 people for the King of the Ring tournament. Now back to the other elephant in the room, and that is Paul Weiss. Now I just want to say this. The good news is, after he attacked our champion, I pressed charges. He spent the night in jail for trespassing. The bad news is, someone bailed him out and reinstated him on this brand. So that makes me think it is someone at the board of executives who did it without my permission or without my knowledge. I found out overnight that now he is part of the roster. And more people are to join. It's like this member wants to punish me and the other members of the roster. But guess what? If he's on here, he's going to fight. He's going to fight. And he is going to get some trouble from us. And whoever's behind this, I am going to find you. You mark my word. Because you don't call the shots around here. You may think you do, but I'm the GM. And So yeah. Things have definitely been interesting. And Kong Chain is here on top of it. So greatness is here, and Paul Weiss is here. And of course, he is a free man, and somebody is behind that. We don't know who is behind it, but someone definitely did something to get this man released from jail. And Paul Weiss and Kong Chain, greatness is here. And of course, the King of the Ring tournament, ginormous. But we're about to hear from Paul.
Hello, Styles. My name is Paul Weiss, and I'm the greatest of all time. I just want to say this. I'm not going anywhere, and you're not in charge. There is people above you. And matter of fact, they decided the main event tonight. It's going to be me and Kong Chain versus Marcus and Dan. And if we win, we get a #1 contendership at the tag titles. But I wanted to say this. The man that bailed me out is someone that you do not want to deal with. He's someone that you have never dealt with before. I also want to say this. He agreed with you that I don't get a #1 contendership at the CTL title. But I disagree with that. Because we all know that I should still be champion. I should have never lost. It was a setup. It was all a setup. But tonight, I'm going to break your champion. Me and Kong Chain, we're going to break the champion, and we're going to break the #1 contender, and then we're going to win the tag titles. And Styles, soon you will meet our friend. And trust me, he's the last person you want to meet.
So we are kicking things off with our first King of the Ring matchup. It is William versus Ryan. And definitely going to be a good one here. Both King of the Ring matchups will be only one fall. And of course our main event tonight will be Greatness. They call themselves Greatness. Versus the champion and the number one contender, Marcus and Dan. And that is going to be definitely a heated match after what occurred last week, where Marcus was attacked by Paul Weiss. Of course, this is a man who cannot get over a title loss that happened over a year ago. Let me remind you on that. That was over a year ago that happened, that took place. So some people just are still living in the past. They can't get over themselves, and Paul Weiss is that man. However, somebody bailed him out of jail. He got arrested after the show for trespassing because he had no business. He had no business at all getting involved last week, and somebody bailed him out. So this person is definitely someone in the board of executives that is going to cause problems for this brand. Of course, he has not been revealed, and we think it could be somebody we've never seen before. So things are definitely interesting, and it looks like we finally have a storyline on this brand as well. And of course, our King of the Ring will take place over a few weeks. And we have a lot of great contenders in that as well. And William versus Ryan. This is the kickoff. So yeah, they were Paul Weiss was definitely bailed out. Kong Chain didn't have that type of money. So we know it's not him. And we know somebody is above them. And we're assuming it's not Gorgie because, he's moved on with his life, it seems like. And we're pretty sure it's not Dr. Educator. So who is it? It's a new face that we have never seen before in the board of executives, according to what I've heard. So trouble is on the way. And it's a matter of time. We're thinking the pay-per-view, we're going to see whoever the culprit is. And look at William there with some strikes. But hopefully Marcus and Dan can put that championship match to the side and take care of business tonight. Of course, whoever was behind the board of executives have signed Vice and Kong to this brand. And we're still having problems signing people on. We don't have a lot of people yet. In the upcoming weeks, hopefully we get a few more new faces. And Ryan. Ryan going for a pin here. And a kick out there by William. Oh, man, William just dove out of the ring, hit Ryan in the back. He never saw it coming. And it's so funny. The referee's back, by the way. Yeah. What is going on? I mean, the refs didn't show up the first week and a half, and now they're all of a sudden showing up. Something's going on here. Have they been redeemed is the question. Because I told you all on one of the brands that, they got in trouble for moonshine. Making moonshine in the locker room. You can't do that. So, And look at William here. A power bomb. Ryan got power bomb there. And Ryan, oh man, rope break. And a kick out there from Ryan. And this is a one fall match. So it's going to be, and look at that, a guillotine. Ryan in trouble here. Of course, our main event is going to be giant. It's going to be an Extreme Rules. Tornado tag, 2 out of 3 falls. So that is definitely going to be a killer of a main event. And of course, our champion cannot wait to get his hands on Paul Weiss after he ruined his championship speech last week. If greatness does succeed tonight, they will get a #1 contendership at the tag titles. So we'll see what they can do. Of course, Paul Weiss has had his, luck. I mean, he's had a couple great moments. Won the championship. He's the only non-sub to win the main title. I think he had a 3-on-1 match. He won that somehow. That was on Christmas. Talk about a Christmas miracle. And I think that was the Christmas special. He won that. He's had his moments. I think he won a 2-on-1 fight as well. And we'll see if he can beat the champion and the #1 contender with the help of Kong tonight. They do have some chemistry, so it is a stable versus a non-stable. And look at Ryan's trying to get something going here. And look at that. Oh, man. Claymore. And a kick out there by William. And a nice counter there by William. CTL's trying to get some storylines going. And, oh, man. Ryan with the dive. Strikes William good there. And whoever this culprit is who can bail people out, who can put them on the roster, this person has a lot of power and a lot of money. So, board of executive member. We've dealt with these people before. And looks like that's going to be the new villain. And look at Ryan here. Oh, man, he missed. Went back first on the ground. And the ref counting again. We tried to turn countouts off, and it didn't work for the King of the Ring. So I don't know what the deal is there. And look, the count keeps on going. Ryan better come back to his senses. And he does before 8. Hoping none of these end in a count out, because that is the worst scenario. Talk about a riot happening from the crowd. They will riot if there's a count out. Nobody likes countouts. They need to get rid of. Maybe that's what they need to do. And look at that Superman punch by William, and look at this, a spear. And Ryan gets a good spear there. Could this be it? And a kick out there. Somehow Ryan kicks out. That was a miracle kick out. William not watching his back. And Ryan's going to take advantage of that. Both of these two are fighting like their life depends on it for the first King of the Ring matchup. And Ryan with the Broad kick. Not the Broad kick, the Claymore. I'm sorry. And it's over. And Ryan wins it. Very good victory there for Ryan. And definitely a great fight by William. William almost won. He almost won with that spear. But Ryan just kicked out. His resiliency kicked in. And he is going to win the first King of the Ring matchup. Of course, we will be moving on to the second matchup, and then next week we'll have the next two. So we're going to just keep this thing going. And it's going to be Luke Razorblade versus Riz Guy. Up next. And I think we had to... If I don't recall, I think we had to. Yeah, we had to change the mat. For some reason, when the update came in, it messed the mat up. And if you're wondering why it's changed, it's because of that. So, and now we have Riz versus Luke Razorblade. Of course, we got our main event tonight. Just to remind you, the champion and the number one contender will take on Greatness. They call themselves Greatness, but I don't see greatness. I obviously don't see it. Luke already trying to get a pin here. And the winner of this will face off with Ryan in a couple weeks from now. Basically, we're not adding our champions on, a lot of them on yet. We still have to sign more people, a lot of contract styles, and the CEO have to really look at the contracts here. So we might not be getting a lot of title matches coming up, but we're definitely going to get the main belts, and we're going to get the women's. Those two are guaranteed already. Oh, man. Steps on Riz's head. And, of course, there's an Intercontinental one I think we established last week. Yeah. And look at Riz getting him and the ref. And that gives Luke Razorblade some time to drop Riz there. And Riz waiting for Luke here. Wow, what a hit. And not even a 2. Didn't even get a 2 there. Riz is frustrated with the count. And look at that suplex with the pin combo. Not even a 2 again. Luke's going to pay for that one. Just doing a little taunt can cost you. And this is a 1 fall, and look at that submission, but Luke is definitely still stable to get out of that easily. But if Riz keeps on working on the legs, it could be a problem. And if you missed the tournament, we apologize. We can't put everyone in. We got to do what we got to do. Wow. And Luke Razorblade. The count, it keeps on going. We're up to 6. Oh, please, we don't need any countouts. The last thing we need is a riot. Get back in. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Because these people will riot. And those bricks that are the barricade is not going to stop them. They'll just hop over the bricks and attack us all. I don't trust these fans. Man, Riz with some multiple drop kicks. Getting a little bit of a combo going on there. And, oh man, Riz jumping out of the ring to get that high-flying move locked in. And now stepping on Luke Razorblade's fingers. This is definitely getting personal. And the count continues. Please get back in the ring. Riz going to try another move. I don't know why the ref's on to him. It's a free country. He's saying get down from there. What is this? What do you mean get down from there? Do you know where you're at? And look at that future shock. I think that's the future shock one. I don't know. I don't care. And a kick out there by Riz. The ref's telling him, get down from there. It's like some kid, climbing on something he's not supposed to climb on, and the parents telling him, get down from there. If you got a problem with it, ref, you can leave. You know you're allowed to climb up there. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh man, Riz with a nice punch there. And this is going to come down to the wire. Uh-oh. And here comes Riz. And he connects. And this could be it. And a kick out there from Luke Razorblade. And here comes Luke. Got a combo going on here. And Riz gets right back up from that. Luke Razorblade never saw that coming. But Riz needs to watch his back. Because look here. Oh, man. And a drop kick to the back of the head. But a kick right back. Oh my goodness. And oh man, foot right to the face. Could this be it? And I'm telling you, resiliency is taking place here between both of these. Both of these guys have taken tons of damage, and they're still in it. They're putting on a show for the ages. Here comes Riz, top rope again, and connects. Could this be it? And a rope break saves Luke Razorblade. And of course we couldn't turn that off either. The King of the Ring settings was weird. We tried to do custom matches and they just went back to the single, but as long as we don't have a count out, please. Oh man, Luke going right into that brick barricade. Shoulder first. And look at Riz relaxing. He better watch out. Luke's going to get in this ring any second now. And here he is. Uh-oh. Luke Razorblade looking for a finisher. And look at this. Connects. Could this be it? And it is done. What a fight, though, between these two. What a fight. These two gave it their all. And Luke will move to the next round of King of the Ring, which we should see him at the pay-per-view if everything goes the way planned. But a great victory by him. The rope break saved him one time. I think the rope break saved him from losing this match. But he did a really good job. And now it is time for our main event. The moment that you have been waiting for. The champion and the challenger will take on greatness here. And we'll see how the champion and the challenger go head-to-head with a stable. Now, that's the one advantage. Do I think Marcus and Dan are better than these two? Absolutely. But are they going to work good together is the question. And because at the pay-per-view, Dan and Marcus aren't going to be buddies. They're going to be going for that championship. It's the only thing that's going to matter at the pay-per-view. And this is 2 out of 3 falls. I really like what's going on this brand. I feel like the storyline is pretty interesting, and it's going to play out better than usual. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I like all 3 brands. This one always lacks story, so it looks like that's what's going on with this now. Is we're going to get more story. Of course, this one's going to be a little bit longer than usual. And look at, oh man, Kong. Yeah, it's Extreme Rules here. So anything goes. And falls count anywhere. I can't believe the ref's back. That's what I'm so shocked about. I mean, this is the same guy that got caught selling moonshine, and he's already back here. And he was selling it in the locker room to make things worse. It wasn't like he was selling it in his own home. They raided the place. And look at Paul Weiss with the headbutt. Another headbutt. That would explain why he's not that smart. Because he just keeps on butting his head into other people's heads. I mean, this is a guy who cannot... He wants a number 1 contendership. Really? You have to earn it. Just like everybody else here. Dan earned his number 1 contendership. You did not. And he wants to still talk about what happened in the past when he was champion for less than 10 minutes. Because I believe the Money in the Bank got cashed in on him. I'm pretty sure. And Luke Razorblade was the one to do it. Marcus has nothing to do with this. So I don't know why he's so mad at him. I guess because he's the champion. And you go after the champion. The champion's always in danger. That's the part of being a champion. There's always going to be people after you. And Kong getting thrown back in. And look at Marcus taking a shovel to Paul Weiss. You can tell he's angry. And Kong trying to get to his partner. That was a poor attempt, but Paul Weiss kicks out, so doesn't matter there. I mean, this is a dog fight. That's why I love that term, dog fight, because this is what it is. This is personal. And Dan's kind of in the middle of it all. And I mean, I guess Kong is too. And look at Paul Weiss here. Throwing Marcus around. Goodness. And here comes a pin. Dan jumps on it. No points yet have been scored. Kick out there from both members of greatness. Oh my goodness, Marcus strikes Kong Chain with the steel steps. Kong Chain eating nothing but steel here. And Paul Weiss into the pole. The champion and the number one contender, man, are heated. And another thing about winning the number one contender, let's say Dan doesn't pull it off at the pay-per-view. A good thing about the number one contender is you're involved in more stuff. So it's not only do you get a shot at the championship, you get to be put in main events like this. So being a number one contender is a big deal. Usually you at least get one main event before the pay-per-view. Maybe two. We'll see what happens next week. But the question is, can greatness defeat the champion and the number one contender? If they do, they get a shot at the tag titles. It's the least Styles could do for him. And look at Weiss here. Just got a crazy move on Dan, but it was not enough. Dan is still alive. But if they could separate these two, it could cause some problems. And oh, Dan drops in. Breaks up that submission. And look at Dan slamming Kong Chain. Marcus going for the pin. No luck there. Still no points for either team. So yeah, Paul Weiss was bailed out of jail for trespassing by a secret person that we do not know. We don't know how many people are working for him. We know these two are, but who knows? There could be more involved. And to be honest, these two are FLH rejects, is what they are. And Weiss, the kick out there by Dan. And Kong, is he biting Marcus's fingers? My goodness, he's an animal. Come on. Biting people's fingers? Or was he bending them? I couldn't tell. Knowing him, he was probably biting them. Guy has some issues. And look at that. Oh, what a move. Crazy move by Kong Chain. And Weiss going for the pin. And looks like Dan kicked out. Couldn't tell, but it probably happened. And Kong Chain got a big move on Marcus there. Dan going for the spike, and he connects it. But he's going to have to save Marcus here. And he does. And he sacrifices. Could have gotten a pin outside of the ring there, because Weiss is still out. But because of Kong Chain's actions, he couldn't get a point. Oh man, Dan. Look at Dan the man. Oh man, and Kong reverses. And now Marcus going for a pin. And nothing there. Wow. Both teams really came to play tonight. But it's a matter of time before someone runs out of gas. And look at Marcus here. And Kong does not get there in time. So finally a point for Marcus and Dan. Kong was occupied. He couldn't get there. And can this be it? Oh man, they're setting this up really well. Oh, and a good counter there by Paul Weiss. That could have been the end. But Paul Weiss stops that. Gets a really good counter there. And Kong is plotting and planning, and oh, dives on Marcus. Oh man, Marcus never saw that hit coming. And look at Kong Chain here, putting in a really good submission. Dan trying to get there. It looks like Weiss is occupying him. But Marcus gets out of it. And look at Chain. Both Vice and Chain going after Dan. And Chain has an opportunity here. Can he tie it up? And he does. It is now 1-1. And what a good fight. We love seeing in 2 out of 3 falls, we love seeing, both teams get a point and it come down to the final point. And look at, Dan. Oh, Marcus with a dive. What a dive by Marcus. And look at Dan here. Samoan spike locked in. Going for the pin. Can he pull it off? Can Kong get there in time? And he doesn't. He was 1 second away from getting it. From breaking up the pin. And Marcus and Dan stand tall tonight. Oh, man, I bet you Greatness loves that, and that board of executive, they have sent a message to him, and these two work good together, despite not being a stable, and we will see you all later. What an episode that was, though. And congratulations to these two. They fought off Greatness, who isn't great, by the way.